I was into drinking and smoking. I was running away a lot. I got really down and had a lot of suicidal thoughts. I tried committing suicide 3 times and failed each time. I got really fed up with it one day and just called my grandmother and I said, if you don't come get me, I'm going to kill myself because I don't see any point in living anymore. She came up and got me, and ever since that, I guess I learned more about God and realized that I wanted a relationship with somebody because I didn't feel I was loved, and I found love eventually.
Welcome back to the Just God podcast. This is episode 23, Hidden Blessings, and this is our special guest, Chiara White, and she's going to be reading the verse of the week.
You will experience all these blessings if you obey the Lord your God.
So that's a pretty straightforward verse right there.
Yeah.
It tells you what you'll gain and what to do. So really with this topic, hidden blessings, I feel like it's a difference between just normal blessings because I feel like it's so easy to like see a blessing if it's like you want $1 million. Like obviously, that's a blessing. But like hidden blessings is stuff that you don't really think about. Maybe that's like having a family, like a mom and dad. You know, some people obviously don't. You know, but you know that's a blessing. You know, in its own. So I really feel like hidden blessings is so different since it's so easy to overlook them.
Right.
You know?
100%.
Just to like be like, God has given me nothing, yet in reality, God has given you everything. So Brock's back.
I'm back. I didn't die.
Brock hasn't. Mark wasn't on the podcast last time since he had basketball tryouts, but he's here. A lot of people ask me what happened
In the flesh.
People ask me what happened to Brock. He was still alive. Came back. He's not dead. So but he's back on the podcast. So for those who missed Brock, here he is. And this is our special guest, Chiara White. We got her name wrong a couple times before the podcast.
A lot of times.
We got it right eventually.
So, but really, just a story of how we found her is really quick. She likes a lot of our posts. Same thing with Reagan. I think we even said it there. If you like our stuff, then you'll be on the podcast one day. So just continue liking our stories. You'll get there one day. You'll be But you know, just with this, you know, I want to wonder. Gosh, I can't. I stumble my words so much. But like, what's your like? Do you have like a testimony?
I do.
All right.
Sorry.
That's good.
I have 2 parents. I'm so sorry. I have 2 parents. My mom is on drugs. My dad is on drugs. They put me through a lot, and I was obviously on my own little adventure as well during their moment. I guess I was into drinking and smoking, and I was running away a lot. I got into witchcraft. I got really down and had a lot of suicidal thoughts. I tried committing suicide 3 times and failed each time. I got really fed up with it one day and just called my grandmother and I said, if you don't come get me, I'm going to kill myself because I don't see any point in living anymore. She came up and got me, and ever since that, I guess I learned more about God and realized that I wanted a relationship with somebody because I didn't feel I was loved, and I found love eventually.
How old you said you was?
I was 12 during that time.
Wow.
That's insane.
I think throughout the podcast, we started doing podcasts with people we don't know, and that has really like expanded the world, I guess. Like,
It's definitely opened my eyes for sure.
Yeah, because usually I talked about this last time, how we would strictly just do people that we knew personally,
Right.
which I feel like was kind of limiting the testimonies we got because we kind of like already knew their testimonies. But like people that we had not known at all, they've had some of the most powerful testimonies, and that as well, that's crazy. So like, when you called your grandma, like, did she start taking you to church, or like, how did that go?
It took her a week to come get me because they had actually moved because of a hurricane. So it took her a week to come get me, and then when I came up here and started living with them, they started taking me to church, and I was really against it. I did not want to go. Eventually, we found out that I was possessed and oppressed, and I went to go get delivered. And then after that, I kind of just enjoyed going to church and got close to God.
Dang.
Wow.
That's insane.
So you were like, how was that? Like, I guess being possessed, like, I don't think I've ever really met anyone.
Yeah.
You don't really know it, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
I mean, it's different for everybody, but I especially didn't know it. I didn't think anything was wrong with me, really. It kind of just came out because I was just very angry and full of hatred and despite and bitterness. And, you know, we went up to a church in Nashville. It's I forgot what it's called, but it was really nice. They delivered me. They did a deliverance service on me. And ever since that, it was crazy. The experience was crazy.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like. I think we're gonna get into it.
You talked about like witchcraft. Like, what would you like? If you don't like mind me asking, what would you like do? Like, what was it just like rituals or like?
I did rituals. I was really into the Ouija boards and crystals. A lot of crystals. I liked casting spells and trying a lot of different things, they see online, all these demonic things, and I would just try them, and I let in a lot of spirits and opened a lot of doors that I should have never messed with.
Wow. Yeah. I'm so onto that. Like, very, very off the bat right there, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. I have so many questions. I just don't know where to start. I'm so like, I don't know. So, oh, wow. I'm trying to really.
I'm not even joking. Like looking at you, I would never have thought. You would have gone through that.
Yeah. You were probably like so nice. You're like, hey guys, howdy. It's like, okay, not actually, like. I would have never guessed that. Yeah.
Nobody ever really does though, because they look at you and they're just like, oh, well, you're tiny and petite, and you can do no wrong. Oh, we can do a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. So, where'd you go? So you came to here, like in Rainsville. So where'd you live before that?
I lived in Gulf Shores for 12 years.
Gulf Shores?
Yeah.
What state is that?
Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like kind of down south.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've ever been there. Yeah.
It's lower. It's up the tail.
Yeah. This is your state, dog.
We're very up north, bro.
Yeah.
I used to live in Tennessee. No, I was born in Tennessee. I never lived there. But dang, so that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
I can't since we're talking about like blessings or hidden blessings, like what if your grandmother didn't show up? Like we talked about with Reagan before, and on her podcast, her friend I think called her or no, she called her friend, and
the night
her friend luckily picked up and told her like Bible verses, and she was meant to be here and stuff like that. And that kind of goes the same thing with your grandmother.
Right.
Like, what if she didn't pick up, or what if she like didn't come get you and stuff like that? So many situations, and that's just like a blessing in itself.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Wow. So, just going back to like the witchcraft, I guess. So how'd you really got like exposed to that? I guess.
Bad friends in school. It was really. I had a few friends who were really into witchcraft, and I don't know, I just found them odd, but I found them intriguing at the same time. So I just went and hung out with them, and I just got caught up in what they were doing, and that got me into my smoking and drinking addiction-ish little habit.
Dang. This is all at like 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I started drinking at 8, started smoking at 11, and kind of just in that.
So you got delivered at 12, or was it this
13.
like 13? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Dang.
Wow.
At 12 years old, or like, that's insane. That's wild.
Probably watching fidget spinner videos.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't think I've ever met anyone like that has like been involved in witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. We're like shocked. We've never like.
I'm so surprised. I think we kind of just came here with the idea of like, I don't know, just like something. I don't know what I was expecting, but definitely not that. But just going on with that. So you were 13 when you got delivered.
I was.
So just like, how has that been? Like, I guess the lifestyle change.
Big, really big. It's changed a lot over time. My relationship with the Lord has really gone forward. It's increased greatly. The Lord gives you gifts. I had no idea that was a thing. I didn't know that you got gifts from the Lord. I was like, okay, so he's like a genie. He gives you what you want. No, I thought wrong. I prayed a lot and I got closer. I feel personal conviction during things. You know what I mean? I never felt that before. And that always scared me after I got saved, like thinking that, oh my gosh, I went through all that time with no personal conviction.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's grown.
Wow.
Dang. Have you ever like so your friend group, have you ever or the previous one, did you ever reach out to him, or have you reached out to him anytime soon, or do you kind of just leave them?
I did reach out to them. I had a really bad feeling one day just about all of them, and I just cried, and I was like, Lord, I don't know why I feel so heavy right now. I said, I don't know if I need to pray for them, if I need to call them, if I don't really know. I just need your directions. I need your guidance right now. And slowly, one by one, the Lord just gave me the feeling, call this person. Just call them and talk to them. Yeah. And I'm still doing that. I'm still reaching out to old friends of mine who are struggling and needing help in their moments, because they're all going through something, and a lot of them are not Christian. A lot of them are so mad at God. And, people always tell you to plant that seed, put that out there for them. You can't force somebody to believe in God, but you can plant that seed. And that's, I'm praying that's what I'm doing by calling them and talking to them and telling them about God a little bit. Yeah. And, they're curious.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow. So, if you don't mind me asking, do you still keep in contact with your parents?
My mom is in a rehab right now. She'll be out November 11th. She's done wonderful. She's really grown in her relationship with the Lord. Our relationship is slowly getting back to what it was, or even better, honestly. My dad and I do not talk, and numerous reasons on that.
Wow. That's insane. And just wow. I know myself, I've gone through transformation, but something like that, a full 360, I'd say, that's insane.
Have you ever looked back at pictures you before Christ and see a totally different person, or?
Oh yeah. I was in my emo stage. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
Okay.
It was really, really dark. Everything was dark. Drinking and smoking does take a physical effect to your body, your face structure, your everything. So yeah, there was a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow. But just talking more about hidden blessings and stuff. I guess I know in my life, I think it's something that correlates with the other podcast as well. The last one I filmed, it was more just never being satisfied. I think that's another one that kind of correlates with it, because let's say you do get a blessing, you're always more focused on the next one, that you don't really appreciate the one you have right now. Because I guess for me, something that I knew I struggled with, and I think I just never really took much of the time to appreciate, it has to do with the podcast, I guess. Is more of views. I think that's when you're getting into content creation and you put so much hard work into it, you're always views, right? And I know that's something I struggled with during the beginning of the podcast. It was always views, that's all that matters, until really throughout time, I've gotten told this to a lot of people, and they don't even know what my what I was really struggling with. I just got told this, but even if one person watches, we've talked about this before, even if one person watches it and takes something out of it, that is enough. For that's enough, because it doesn't matter if 1,000 people are watching it, 1,000,000 people are watching it. If no one takes something out of what you're saying, then what's the point, really? Right. But if you can get just one person getting something like that, it's all worth it. And I know I have, because we was doing this. We have gone and people DM us, reach out to us, being like, man, this is crazy. Like, what are y'all doing? It's so like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Which makes, it's kind of like that motivation to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that thing that I know what I'm doing is right. And I think that's like, never being satisfied. It was always like, this video did good. Now let's have the next video be good. Then the next video good. Like, obviously make the quality of the video good.
Yeah.
That's always been like, a priority. But, it doesn't matter if we get like crazy amount of views or not.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I know there's people watching. I know there's people listening, Like, even today, my cousin, she called me today. She's like, just watch the full episode. And this is someone that I didn't think even had the attention span. I'm not trying to call her out. She might be watching this one if she watched the full one. Yes, last time. It might be, by the time we're uploading this, she might even forget if she even knows who she is. But, it's stuff like that where I'm like, wow, people actually watch it. And I think that's something that I'm like, wow. Yeah. I never really like, can't comprehend much, because I'm like, I think when you were talking earlier, how it feels like putting ourselves out there, you know, it's nerve-wracking. I'll say that. Like, obviously, it's not a little nerve-wracking when I'm editing and then I have to publish, and I'm like, this is going to be public. People are going to see this,
Right.
But throughout time, it has gotten better, because I'm not doing this for my own like gain. I'm doing it for God's,
Yeah.
I know God has a plan for us, for all of us. And I know that plan for me, at least, is just to share God's gospel, whether that's, through a podcast, whether that's me telling my friends, or just anything like that. But yeah.
I've had people, my old youth pastor, Ryan, he's probably listening to this, but he wrote me that when he left our church he felt like God was pulling his heart somewhere else and stuff. And he wrote me this like handwritten letter. And in it, he wrote, hope y'all continue the podcast, like maybe even after high school or whatever. He said, because like it was a blessing to him. And I remember him telling me that the Meaning of Love podcast, how Kaylee and Pastor Matthew talked about the 30 minutes of prayer.
Yeah.
And he told me that they started doing that in their relationship. And he said it's helped them grow together tremendously, and like put God at the center of the relationship. And that just hearing that, just like, it just motivates you, even like hearing it from someone older than you and a mentor in your life, telling you that this podcast is helping me even. And it just showed me that this podcast can really impact anybody. We always say it can impact adults and teenagers and kids, but when you actually see it, it's like, it really shows you that like it does impact people.
Yeah. And I know people, probably people watching, they probably expect me and Brock to be like the holiest of people.
Yeah.
There's times where we mess up. I'll admit that. I know during the, like, I think that's something I told myself. I'll say this probably like in a bunch of podcasts. So if you've been consistently watching the podcast, this is probably like the millionth time I'm saying this, but I always just kind of fed myself the idea of how can someone as broken as me help other broken people, And that just felt almost impossible, because I knew when I saw the podcast, I was not spiritually probably the best, but I feel like if you're always waiting for you to be spiritually the best to start praising the word, then you're probably never going to start, because you're always just waiting on the right time and stuff. And Pastor Matthew best quote, I'm probably gonna make my senior quote. It's God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And hearing that, man, changed my entire mindset of, even if I'm struggling, I know now that someone as broken as me can help other broken people. And that hearing that truth, if I probably didn't have that, like if that wasn't my mindset anymore, I probably wouldn't even be continuing, the podcast. I know there's been times where I wanted to quit, even, like I'm not good enough. I messed up too many times. I'm so away from God. Why am I over here on camera telling other people to get closer to God when I'm so far away from him?
Right.
But no, like me doing this even helps me get closer to God, because I feel like it's more, I don't know how to describe it, I guess, but I feel closer to God when I do this.
Mhm.
When I'm talking about him, when I take, like, it's every Monday we kind of come here and film. It's like taking a Monday, taking one day of the week and just coming here and not doing this because I'm required to, not doing this because I'm getting paid, not
Yeah.
doing this because someone is telling me to, but because doing this because I want to.
Mhm.
It's just something else, you know. When you're just talking about God, it's a joy. That's
Yeah.
what I say. It's
Yeah.
it's
There's a
it makes me
difference
so
between
joy.
a have to and a want to.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember starting out. Well, no, it was a couple episodes in, and we kind of made it like a have to. Like, we have to post this Friday, or we used to post on Fridays, but this Friday or Saturday. And when we changed our like entire perspective of it, that like we want to do this. Like, we see people like changing lives and stuff like that, and planting seeds, and like it's changed my entire perspective on it. And like, not making it, because I mean, after school I usually just want to take a nap or kind of chill out a little bit, but like when we do this, just one day out of the week, and it's just like a blessing. It's a blessing to me, and I know it's a blessing to a lot of many other people. But yeah.
Yeah, we just appreciate whoever's listening. Like, thank you for making this happen, you know? Like,
Yeah.
look how, especially for the people who've probably been watching since episode 1.
Yeah, those are the OGs.
The OGs are probably the people who've been
Yeah.
seeing us slowly get out of my garage.
Yeah.
Then to our school chapel, now here. And we do have a surprise. We won't announce it now.
Yeah.
But if you guys, well, we told her this. But the background will change one day. And it will most likely be a permanent change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's somewhere we've never done before. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's a new place. But,
Yeah.
you know, just a little quick sneak peek, I guess.
Mhm.
But just going back, so for you, I guess just like what were like hidden blessings in your life that you had experienced?
I think moving up here was a big hidden blessing because I was not ready to move. I was very dead set in Gulf Shores. I really didn't want to, and moving up here was definitely a blessing I never expected. I don't know. I guess there's really a lot that's kind of like scrambled in my head. That's one of the biggest ones.
It's crazy how God gave you the like just like, you know how you asked, like it was in God's plan that her grandma answered and even came. But I think it's even crazier that God had made you have the strength to call your grandma and say, like, I want to leave. Like that takes like that's a big commitment. That's something that takes a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was ready to die. I was like, I'm done. You come get me or I'm out.
Yeah. Dang. I don't think I would have enough courage to like
Move.
tell someone that, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of people don't. I mean, I didn't in the beginning. I started cutting myself. I've got a lot of scars that I really regret now. But I think after that, it was like I didn't want to die. I really didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I truly don't think that that the people who want to commit suicide truthfully want to die.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. And usually if you can fix that reason or find what that is, find God, honestly, you know what I mean? Then that gets resolved.
Yeah. Was like when you was, I guess, thinking about killing yourself, was the first thing like, did you run to something else or did you know to run to God? Like,
I ran to a lot of other things. I ran to drinking first. I ran to weed. Weed was really bad. Smoking and things like that, and running away. And I think just having that rebellion and that freedom to just do what I want. I was like, if I can just find happiness somewhere else, then I'll be better. But I didn't have God, and that wasn't filling that void.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just getting, the more we get into it, the more like,
I know.
I guess
it's just crazy.
I
Like,
know.
I can't imagine going through it. Like, I always see like what I go through, and then hearing that is like, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like what I went through is like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little like playground, like just like a walk to the park. But that's insane. Like, I think that's another thing I feel like people use with your situation. I feel like so many people say that, like, people who have a bad background, they let that determine their future. You know, they do bad stuff when they grow up, and they're like, I had a bad childhood. You know,
They
but
blame it on that.
exactly. But you, like, that's insane how you didn't let that determine where you are now. Like, you're literally on a Christian podcast. You know, so that's insane. The switch up is like insane on that. You know, God bless.
Yeah. 13. I like at 13. If I was going through that, I don't think my first option
would be God.
Yeah. Like, I don't blame you not like, because I mean at 13, that's like, it was probably like me at 13. That was probably the last thing I probably think. I mean, I grew up in church and stuff.
Yeah.
But your flesh like doesn't want you to run to God.
Right.
Like that's like the normal, like just run to something else and run to
stay in your comfort zone.
Yeah. That's insane. I still can't believe you went through. Like, I know we said it a million times. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. But like it is. Like,
it's one of our most used catchphrases.
I'm just shocked because I would have never, like, when we first met you, I would have never thought that. That thought never came to my mind. I thought you were just gonna be like, I don't know, like not too soon, but
something like that.
Less mild.
Yeah. So you called your grandma. Did you always know she was like a Christian?
Oh yes, strongest one. I grew up in church, and I kind of just drifted off after my mom remarried, and it was really back and forth with my grandmother. I love her to death. She died last March, and that was really hard. But I'm so grateful for everything that she had taught me and everything. But she was a really, really strong Christian, and I was not talking to her for like a full 2 years before I called her. Like the moment I called her and said, "You come pick me up, or I'm gone," that was the first time we'd spoken in a while.
Wow, I know that's something to do with. I met this one kid. I've said it, I think, in Rich's podcast.
Rich's.
There's this kid I met at summer camp, and he had the ideas of killing himself. And the way I found out was because I think at the end of the summer camp, they were like, they kind of like asked if you wanted to get baptized, and I already been baptized, so I was like, no, thank you, you know, Like, I was like, I already been baptized, so I'm good. But it's like a bunch of kids there, so it's like, you know, they pass a paper and stuff, and this one guy, he kind of just like didn't even really think about it. He kind of just gave it away, you know. There's a fly right here. Wow. But he said no. He said, my problems cannot go away with water.
Right.
He said, wow, this what the heck?
He's going at it. I think
it's gonna go. Okay. It's gonna come back. So just hear a story. But so he just said God can't fix my problems. And I remember walking back to like our cabins. He went behind it. You just looking at it. He went behind the cabins because there's like a balcony, and something in me was like, I need to see what's up with him, you know, because obviously I see him hurting and stuff. And I went up to him and I said, hey, what's wrong? And he told me right then and then, he said, I think I should kill myself right now. Like, I should kill myself. And I think he's even had the ideas of it. So wow. Oh my goodness.
Dang, bro. I hit it. Maybe it's gone.
This is like the equivalent of an ad break.
For real.
But he told me that he had tried it himself. He tried already ending his life, but it ended up failing and stuff. Okay, we're laughing at the wrong thing, bro.
Oh, you caught it.
I did?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for the viewers watching.
Yeah, there's a gnat that you can't see.
I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. It's still there. It's a fly that keeps getting in our faces. But I'll try to say the story. So I talked to him, and I kind of shared my testimony with him. And I cried. I cried too. He was crying already. And he kind of walked away. Like, we kind of got done, you know, talking. But something in me, like, I just looked up. This was this summer. So not too long ago, maybe like 2 months ago. But at the end of this, I was crying because I was like, I know I was going through a hard time during that moment where I talked to him. And I felt like that was a blessing from God himself. Because I think that was in a moment where we took a month from the podcast. We had not filmed an episode at all. And that was the first time I really shared, I guess, the gospel with someone else. since we last filmed the podcast, which was like at the time a month. And I was like, God, if this is you, Lord, then I'm just so thankful that, hopefully there's a change in this kid's life. And I just prayed, thanking God to give me the strength, to share the gospel with this kid. And I remember waking up the next day. He's in our cabin. He like, I woke up and he told me that morning, he's like, I want to get baptized.
Aww.
And bro,
I know that's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, like something in me, like I just couldn't get that in my head, because like I said, I know that in that moment I was going through a tough time, so the fact that this dude, like somehow me, out of all people, like why, like how me did I change this kid's mind from wanting to kill himself to wanting to get baptized? It was something that I couldn't even comprehend myself, since I felt not worthy of it. But, he said, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And I feel like that was the best demonstration of it, Mm-hmm. And one thing, when you're trying to get closer to God, I know that's something that's easier said than done.
Yeah. It really is.
You can say, I'm going to get closer to God, but you're going to have challenges, you're going to have tribulations, you're going to have trials, you're going to fall and fall and fall again. I know that's how it was for me. I know there was times where I was like, this is the best moment of my life. Or like, this is like, my life cannot go wrong. In a day, it went wrong. Yeah, it can go wrong very, very quickly. And, I'll just share this right now. Something I kind of shared on the last podcast, but not very, brief. Like, it was very quick. And, but I guess I'll say it now. I know there was a time where I was happy, I guess, in my flesh more than I was spiritually.
Yeah.
Because I had just gone into a relationship, and I think that was something I was like, it's my first relationship, and I was so happy. I was like, this is good. But I realized during that moment, I was straying from God more and more during the relationship. But I was, like I said, I was more happy, like I guess, like in my flesh more than I was spiritually. Yeah. Like I wasn't getting closer to God, but hey, I had a girlfriend. Who cares? That's kind of what, like, I didn't tell myself like that, but it was almost like that. Like, as long as I have a girlfriend. And I know this was last month she broke up with me. And at that moment, it destroyed me, because at that time, I looked around and I knew with me when I had a problem, I kind of just my best way I think of solving my problems is just talking to someone else. I mean, I've had so many phone calls with this guy over here, like every time there's a problem. And I know that when that happened, I kind of like, I didn't know where to lean to. I didn't know where to do. I didn't know where to go, who to go to, So all I did was just pray. And pray. I think that was the moment I've prayed so long. It felt like forever. And I knew at that moment that I was chasing the wrong type of love. I was chasing a relationship type of love instead of God's love. Yeah. And throughout this moment, like this is pretty recent. Like I said, this happened like all last month, But now where I am now is insane. And in a moment where I told myself, during that moment, when it just happened, I kind of told myself, there's no way that I'm ever going to be healed or I'm going to be good again. But I look at where I am now, and I'm just so blessed, to have the people around me, my parents, my siblings, my friends, all these people that I get to call my family and friends, I'm so blessed to have them. I'm so blessed to have this podcast because I knew, again, that was probably a time where I wanted to quit, Yeah. But something my mom told me when it had just happened, she told me, and this thing stuck in my head so many times. She said, when the devil sees how close you're getting to God and how much you're succeeding, he's going to try to tear you apart to get you farther from God. And that's how I felt my brain when I told myself I was going to quit, Yeah. I think that we just filmed the Meaning of Love podcast, and that's when I felt closer to God. I feel like at that moment, the Meaning of Love podcast got me closer to God. And then our breakup just kind of just like erased it, went right back down to not even getting close to God. But when my mom told me that, it made me realize, like, I can't give up on this. I need to keep going with my relationship in God, with this podcast, with my future. I can't give it all up now, you know. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, you know, God has a plan for me.
Yeah.
And throughout time, yes, I've gotten better. And there has been times where, like, oh yeah, it's hurted, you know. I know there's like my Kobe, who he had on the last podcast, he talked about it, how it will hurt, but it kind of gets better because you're not leaning on what the world offers.
Yeah.
You know, you're leaning more on God. And I have found that to be so much more better when I don't lean on the stuff that's easy to lean to, you know? Because it really is easy to go to the things that distract you, you know?
Yeah.
To find short-term happiness. But, like, you know, obviously I feel like that's a hidden blessing in itself, the breakup, since I feel like if I didn't go through that breakup, where would I be now, you know? I would probably be continually pushing God away. Yeah. But instead, the worst thing had happened, so the best thing could happen, which is like great, crazy.
Yeah.
But,
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, of course, I've had the similar experience where you're in a relationship, and it was a healthy relationship, and you kind of, now that I look back on it, I could see myself kind of pushing God to the side more and more each day, whether it was like calling or like stuff like that, I would put away my devotion time to the Lord and use that for a relationship. And yeah, I mean, I've had the same experience. And when you do lose that relationship, it's hard. Like, it brings you back to level zero, it feels like. Right. But one thing Pastor Matthew always says, and we're always quoting him, but it was about, I think it was last year, and he was talking about like reading the Bible more and where to start. And he said it starts out as a discipline, and then it'll turn into a delight, and then finally it'll turn into desire. And that statement just stuck with me, and I was like, I know it's gonna, when you do hit rock bottom, God is the rock at that bottom. And when I did, I immediately knew that. Well, at first, of course, I was kind of a little angry at God, and because I mean, we get like that sometimes. But a couple of weeks after that had happened, the Lord called me to preach, and now that I look back on it, I don't know if that would ever happen if that did not happen. And it wasn't a bad breakup or anything, like not toxic or anything, but I just kind of knew it was from the Lord, because I don't see myself back then accepting that call if I did have a relationship, or it was in a relationship. I don't know why, but I just had a feeling that the Holy Spirit did that, and God did that just for a reason, for sure.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think when you said it wasn't like a toxic relationship, neither was mine. Mine was good, you know.
Yeah.
But like you said, pushing your devotionals or reading time, I knew instead of reading my Bible that day or praying to God, I would call her.
Yeah.
And that'd be something else. I would just call her, and obviously that wasn't a good thing, since like calling her is not like, you know, a bad thing, but if you're replacing that with, you know, a time to get closer to God, then, you know, obviously, like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I obviously, like, I think I'd be more excited to call her than I would read my Bible. So even if I had time to read my Bible and call her, I would just call her. So I guess it's longer.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, stuff like that, it's just, it's crazy, you know? Like, some stuff, I like what you said.
Yeah.
You're going to hit rock bottom sometimes, and God is going to be that rock on the bottom.
Yeah.
I gotta make that a t-shirt.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, I know for some people, when they do hit rock bottom, that's not the first thing they run to. They run to other things. I mean, I've had times where I've ran to other things that I regret that I did. But now that I've grown more and more in my relationship with God, I know, I mean, sometimes I don't. I feel like I don't run to God immediately, just run to like other stuff. But as I continue to grow, I begin to realize that needs to be my first option, basically my plan A, pretty much, and have no plan B. Just fully go with God, with His plan.
Yeah, that's relationships are like, I know that's something that's been very hard for me to talk about openly.
Yeah,
Since it's like I said, it's recent, but I know God will continue, bless me, and that I should be more appreciative of that blessing, but yeah. I guess moving on from that, it's so weird to like move on from topics.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll just say this to whoever's watching. Whether you did go through a breakup or something, or just any type of heartbreak, I don't know, that it might seem like the world is over, but reality is not. God has your back. Like that Forrest Frank song.
Yeah.
God's got your back. That was a good song. I know. I listened to that a couple times. It's so easy to be sad. It's so easy to listen to sad music and think about memories and all that stuff. The fly's coming back.
Yeah.
The fly's coming back. But like I said, it's so easy to be sad and stuff.
We're crazy.
Just not right now. It's like
we have like tics and stuff.
I keep trying to grab it. It's so hard. It like goes to the gaps of my fingers. I don't know how.
As you were saying.
As I was saying, it's so easy to be like in that deep state feeling of just being sad all the time. But once you, it's right there, bro. This bug
that
is
Satan.
Single-handedly trying to. Yeah, this is Satan trying to distract us. From trying to say my message. But it's so easy to be sad and just blame God, be mad at God, be like, I know that I was mad at God.
Bro, I can't.
I'm so sorry.
It's so hard not to like it's like spawned inside your face.
I know. I'm like, what?
Does he get it? I don't know. Like it looks like y'all get it, and then like flies to y'all's fingers or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh my goodness! I'll just try to say this. Even if the bug comes back and is literally like an inch away from me, just give it all to God. Give it all to God, and He will bless you. It's easy to overlook the blessings He'll give you sometimes, but you do that. Trust me, like your walk with God is gonna be so much more better. You're gonna fail. I'll be honest with that. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fall. But know that God is there to pick you right up and it's back, but I'm going to keep going. I won't let Satan stop me now. But just keep giving it all to God. So
yeah. I know here we talked about, or you was here, the 5 had a youth service and like it was great. Mason Myers came, all that, and we talked about it a little off camera. But while we were there, I spoke and talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And I didn't realize this, but the topic for that night, or like I guess the series they were going off was faith on fire. And Pastor Matthew, as the service was going on, towards the end, he said he felt like the Holy Spirit was telling him that we need to have faith in the fire in those dark times or trouble, or because I was basically talking about how God he gets in the fire with you, and in those dark times, and it may not seem like God was there, but He was, and He was crafting you to the person you are now.
Right.
And and I mean too, like what Pastor Matthew said, faith in the fire. It like we talked about with relationships and stuff like that. God needs to be our first option all the time, no matter what it is, or it may be a small problem. You may have made an F on your test or something. Just go to God about it, and I mean He'll make you better. I mean He's better than any doctor that you can go to. But yeah,
I think I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna drop the mic, but no, I didn't.
Yeah. But I want to ask one question to ask right now. But what made you, I guess, like get on this podcast, I guess. Like, because I know it's like it's very easy to say no and just be like, oh, I don't want to be on camera, or I'm good, you know. But what made you, if you did have that, like, it was that was in your mind, like, what made you want to come up and like film?
Well, when I first got the text, I looked at it for a moment and I was like, oh, that's on camera.
Yeah.
This is going to be out there. It was obviously that nervous feeling, like I don't know about that. And you guys had actually texted me when I was going through a really depressive episode. I was really down, kind of just to myself, and I asked God, I was like, God, I really don't want to do this right now. You put me in a small jar, and I talked to a few people about it, and I prayed, and I was like, God, what do you think? He's like, do it. I got that feeling like there was a reason to do it. You know what I mean? Like you had said in the beginning, if one person sees it, everybody's testimony is different, and you get something out of so many people, at different people and what they've been through. And I really feel that what you guys are doing and the people who are on here really are putting themselves out there and allowing other people to understand them and know that they're not alone through what they're going through. So I had that feeling. I was like, Lord, if this is what you're going to use me for, this is what you're going to use us for. Let it be. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Wow.
I remember me and Pablo, we were talking, we usually always talk about it in English class, who we want to have on the podcast or who to ask. And
English class is pretty much our meeting room.
Yeah, we kind of just talk about the podcast sometimes.
Yeah,
but
we have some free time.
But anyways, we were talking about who to have on the podcast, and multiple names came up, and then Pablo threw out like your name, and immediately was like, yeah, I mean, she's basically like a fan, so why not ask her? And that's crazy that you were going through that time, and we could ask you any other time, like previous episodes or future episodes. And that's just crazy. It was at the right time.
I think it was. I was literally thinking about. I was like, "Who should I have?" And I think literally a notification where it's like, "You just like that story," and I was like, "Why not?"
Yeah.
So I brought that up to Brock. I was like, "Why don't we have her?" Like, we don't know her. We don't know you. I'm speaking this like at that time. We didn't know you, but something like just like like I said, I think when we invite people that we don't know, I feel like that just invites us to like open more doors, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think the past 4 podcasts, it's been people we have literally like
we like kind of know, but never really like. I know with Camden, I knew him from basketball, but I never talked. I mean, I never talked about God with him, or never really got to know him as much. I mean, every time I would see him, I'd kind of just like, hey, like, and then just go on with my day.
Like, I didn't know Camden. I didn't know Lucas Dupree. I didn't know Kobe. I didn't know Micah Croft. I didn't know any of these people. But something in me was like, I feel like these, just something in me. It's just like, something like these people got something to tell. And it has been something to tell each time, even like with you and stuff. Like, it's been continue. And like you said, like, I'm glad God gave you that thought, even when you were going through a tough time, to be on this podcast. But I know, like I'll say it again, someone here is probably listening. Someone has made it this far and is still listening to this because they know, that God is with them. And that's crazy, bro. Like, that's insane. Yeah.
I think my youth pastor Terry, he he reminds everybody, be a light. And I think, and he's always saying, even when you are so down and you're so depressed, those are the most important times to pick up your Bible and pray. And I'm not the best on that. I really am not, and I really try. And it's only, from here forward to work on that and to really change. But it was like saying yes to this. It was like, okay, take me out of my comfort zone. Use me right now because I don't know how to use myself.
Yeah.
And I think that was a hidden blessing in itself. And testimonies and relationships, those are all hidden blessings. Because I personally have not been in a relationship, but I understand what y'all are going through, or what y'all have been through, and how those have been been blessings in disguise,
Yeah.
you know?
I feel like that's another thing. Just like whether it's a bad relationship or bad, past or just anything really, I feel like it all ties in with just giving to God.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that was good. When you're at your lowest, that's when you should pick up the Bible and
Yeah.
you should get closer to God. But yeah, like praying for me lately has been totally different. Back then it just used to be like a little short prayer to get out the way. Like,
Yeah.
dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the day you've given me. Like, just like quick like that, just so I could say that I did it.
Yeah.
Right.
But now it's more of just a conversation because God knows you better than you know yourself.
Right.
So when you have those conversations with Him, like it just kind of calms you.
Yeah.
I guess it gives me this peace, and yeah, so that's good.
Yeah. There's definitely power in prayer for sure.
Because there's been about that.
Yeah, Rich's podcast. Go check it out.
Quick promo.
Yeah, but like it's so true because, I think, sometimes I overlook it, how much power prayer has in general, and sometimes it may seem like it does nothing. You just kind of say something and just go on with your day, but it really does have power, and kind of like I kind of got like a little testimony happened a couple weeks ago. My great grandmother, she's had like cancer and stuff, and she's been in really bad health. And like the doctors, they've tried everything pretty much. And I think it was the Wednesday before we came here to the youth service, and we haven't really got to see her much because football practices and stuff like that. But my grandmother took her over to our house, kind of just stopped by, see her and stuff. And she told us, she was like, I'm hurting bad. And my mom was like, bro, I can pray for you. And I prayed for her. And after that, I think it was Friday, her back was totally healed. Like she wasn't hurting. She didn't ask for pain medicine like she always does. And then a couple of days later, she passed 3 stones, and I think it was her kidney maybe or something like that. But she went to the doctor for it, and they was like, there's no way that that happened. Like there's absolutely no, I've never seen that happen before. And like I told Pastor Matthew, and he is just like, that is like, if that's not God, then like that if that's not God, then I don't know what is. Like,
Yeah.
And I really like, and then we had that service, and I was like, how it all tied in together. Like, it was just crazy. Like, there's power in prayer for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely experienced it, and I'm sure y'all have experienced it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I know some of the best people now have some of the craziest backstories. I feel like God's gonna carry you. Like sometimes you're gonna be in the fire,
Yeah.
but He's gonna be in the fire with you,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think just knowing God is with you in a time. There's gonna be times where you don't feel like that at all. Like, God, where are you? You know, you left.
Sometimes it feels like the fire's overtaking you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you kind of just look back at your life. I think it's another thing when you said you don't believe like people who have the suicidal thoughts really want to die. It's more to just want the pain to end.
Yeah.
They just want it to all go away and stuff. And God, He's kind of like you said, the best doctor. He's that bandage you need. And I don't know where I would have been without God if I didn't lean on God through tough times. If I just did what the world told me to do, if I just, did whatever. And this podcast right here, like, it is probably what I needed, It's crazy, going through all the tough times we all have, I feel like all 3 of us see it come back. But the tough times we've gone through, it just tells us, bringing all of us here and stuff. Even with the fly roaming around here, I still feel like this is such a great episode, and this is something I even prayed over yesterday. I was like, Lord, let this be a good episode right here. Let this be you.
Yeah.
You speak to us, Lord. And he has done that,
Yeah.
even
Even with the little fly thing.
this thing knows how to juke. Like,
Yeah.
oh my.
It's still alive.
It doesn't look hard to get, but it really is. Like,
Yeah.
you go here perfectly loose.
But we probably like, I don't
Slide
know.
to the right.
We just look so crazy right now. It's like,
Yeah, especially
We're
if
all
the
tweaking
camera,
right now.
especially if the camera cannot catch the fly, we just look like we're swiping.
Yeah.
In the air.
Yeah. People, we're just hoping people believe us.
So the camera just died. So what we last said was not captured, but there was a fly. But this is the end of the podcast. So thank you, Chiara, for coming on the podcast. And guys, just thank you for watching all the way up to the end. We really hope that you guys took something out of this. And we just thank you for making it all the way here. If you guys haven't seen our last episode with Kobe Cox and Micah Croft, make sure to check that out. But we just hope to see you guys next time. Bye.